Talk with the GO MRI man. Spread the knowledge. Motivate the people.
What's up, it's MRI man back again. So yeah, this video is about the rad tech murderer. That's right, rad tech murderer. So there's this movie, The Exorcist, one of my favorite horror films of all time. The tale of an exorcism, based loosely on true events. Young Reagan starts acting odd, speaking in tongue, levitating. Her worried mother seeks medical help, only to keep hitting dead ends. A local priest thinks that she is seized by the devil. The church makes a request that the girl gets an exorcism. So this movie's full of historic and epic scenes with this girl, her head spinning, she's walking backwards down the stairs. Crazy. Film director William Friedkin decided to visit New York University Medical Center to check out some procedures and possibly pick up some extras that are willing to be in the movie. While he was there, he saw a cerebral angiography procedure, and he really liked it because there's a part of the procedure when they enter the carotid, and after they put the catheter in there, I guess a little blood squirted out, and he thought that was cool. So the doctor and the rad tech that were actually performing that procedure gladly wanted to be in the movie. And that rad tech's name was Paul Bateson. When this movie came out, there was nothing like this movie. A lot of cussing, a lot of graphics, and just straight horror. People were scared running out of the theater during this time. And in that scene when they did the cerebral angiography, it was considered a lot of blood. But the medical professionals praised them for their realism. So Bateson was born on August 24th, 1940. He grew up in Pennsylvania. Bateson later suggests that he was in The Exorcist because I guess his dad was real strict and made him listen to opera and didn't let him go to the movies. Bateson served in the army, and when he got into the army, he started drinking a lot. He was stationed in Germany. So in 1964, he then moved to New York, where he had a relationship with a man. He started drinking a lot. 5 years later, his mother died of a stroke, and then his brother died of suicide. Bateson then became a rad tech. His relationship ended in 1973. He moved to Brooklyn, and that's when he started commuting to the New York University Medical Center and started working there. Apparently, he was well liked and respected by his colleagues. So in 1979, Paul Bateson was convicted of murder of the film industry journalist Addison Verrill, and he got sentenced to a minimum of 20 years. So on September 14th, 1977, Addison Verrill, the reporter, was found dead in his apartment, beaten and stabbed to death. So this is just crazy how this all unfolds. So I guess there's this news company or whatever, and they're writing articles on this, and they're like, oh, if anyone has any information, please call in. Okay, so this newspaper, they get a call. The guy who calls in claims to be the murderer, and is like, hey, look, I like the article you're writing, but hey, look, I'm not like this. I'm not a psychopath. I need you to change this and that. And initially, people from the newspaper were like, oh, this guy's lying. But then he started getting real descriptive on saying like what he did. He's like, oh, I took some of the money. This is how much money I took. I took this guy's credit card. Virgil's credit card and ID, blah, blah, blah. So the newspaper is like, okay, this guy's getting a little descriptive. So the newspaper, they gave the information to the cops, and the cops took it very serious because they're like, hey, look, oh, his credit card was missing. His, the money or whatever the guy was saying on the phone was true. So yeah, the cops decided to hang out with the reporter because they knew that the killer might call back or whatever. So the second call, it wasn't the killer, but it was this guy named Mitch, claiming to be Mitch, saying, hey, I know who the killer is. The killer confessed to me, and I know what's going on. So Mitch is saying that he worked with this guy, Paul Bateson, who confessed that he did the murder. And the cops, took it very serious, and they, Mitch was like, oh, I can have him set up. I can tell him to go somewhere and do this and that. The cops are like, nope, we're going to go pick up Paul Bateson right now. So I guess they rushed him. He was drunk in his apartment, and that's how they got him. At the time, there was also these other murders and bodies being found. About 6 bodies chopped up, floating in the river, and I guess they were trying to pin it on Paul Bateson as well, but there wasn't enough evidence for that. Paul Bateson, he ultimately served 24 years and 3 months of his sentence, becoming eligible for parole in 1997. So this guy is out on the day after his 63rd birthday in August 2003. He was released from Arthur Kill Correctional Facility in Staten Island. According to online records kept by the state's Department of Corrections and Community Supervision, his parole was successfully completed in 2008. That was the last public record of Bateson available as of 2021. Where he is living, or even if he's still alive, is unknown. Miller, this is insane. I just thought this would be a crazy story to tell you guys. I had read this like last year, and I don't know. It's a little early for Halloween, but yeah, it's crazy, man. You just never know who you're working with, right? Just never know. So next time you get an Xray, you never know.